Have you ever really stopped and thought about what it's truly like to be a woman in today's world? We're about to dive into a raw, honest perspective from a vlogger who shared her personal journey, and believe me, it is incredibly powerful. So it all kicks off with this one simple question. Is being a girl that easy? And right away, that question just kind of stops you in your tracks, right? It makes you want to look past the surface and really think about it. Her story starts somewhere a lot of us can probably recognize, right at home, in the family. She begins by pointing out these double standards she sees every day, these small, almost unnoticeable moments that, over time, just add up and create this deep sense of inequality. And this quote, wow, it just hits you. For girls, there's nothing. Everything is for their son. It's just such a blunt, unfiltered way of describing a world where the son's needs and wants always seem to come first. Here's a perfect example of what she's talking about. For the son's birthday, it's a huge deal. It's a celebration, there are rituals, the whole shebang. But for the daughter, or in her case, the daughter-in-law, her birthday might not even be remembered. It's just another day. And that's the thing, right? It's those little things that can make you feel completely invisible. But this feeling doesn't just stop at home. She also talks about this relentless pressure from the outside world to be, well, perfect. And we're not just talking about looking good. It's this impossible standard you're expected to meet day in and day out. I mean, can you imagine having this little voice in your head all the time before you even walk out the door? Am I presentable? Is anything out of place? Just this constant self-check, worrying about every tiny little thing because you're so worried about being judged. That's the anxiety she lives with. And actually getting that perfect look, it's a whole process. She breaks it down for us. We're talking 10 to 15 minutes just for makeup. 5 of those minutes can be just for the eyeliner. And if you mess up even a tiny smudge, nope, you gotta wipe it all off and start from scratch. Just think about that. The time and energy that goes into just meeting that one daily expectation. Okay, so this is where her story takes a much more serious, much heavier turn. We're moving beyond appearances now, into the silent burdens and the unspoken pain that she feels are just a core part of being a woman in her world. She makes this incredibly stark point that a woman's strength is often measured by how well she can hide her suffering. In her words, a girl doesn't even have the right to faint. Think about that. Showing that kind of vulnerability is seen as a weakness, something you'd feel ashamed of the next day. And then she touches on something even darker. When something awful happens to a woman, harassment, abuse, she's often expected to just stay quiet, because speaking up is seen as bringing shame on everyone. So that heavy burden of silence, it falls completely on her. Then she points out what she sees as this really profound irony. After going through 9 months of pregnancy and the incredible pain and absolute power of childbirth, the child automatically gets the father's family name. For her, it feels like that one act just completely erases the woman's monumental life-giving role in the whole story. But, and this is so important, her story doesn't end in that pain. Not at all. In fact, it takes this really powerful turn. She completely shifts gears from talking about the struggles to celebrating the strength, the joy, and the deep, deep pride she finds in being a woman. And you can just feel that change in this quote. After everything she's been through, she says, "I am proud that I am a woman, and I have truly taken advantage of being a girl." She's not just putting up with her identity, she is taking it back with power. So what does she mean by taking advantage? Well, some of it is the simple stuff, like not having to stand in super long lines. But more than that, it's about finding pure joy in her own self-expression. She says she has always loved to dress up and adorn herself, not out of pressure, but because it's something that genuinely makes her happy. But for her, the absolute pinnacle, the ultimate source of pride, is the ability to create life. Giving birth to her son, she sees it as this unique and incredible power, a source of total wonder that fills her with awe at what her body is capable of. So there you have it. We've gone on this journey with her through double standards, intense pressure, silent pain, and finally, this incredible reclaimed pride. It really brings us right back to where we started. Is it easy being a woman? After hearing her story, it's pretty clear there's no simple yes or no. So now I turn it over to you. What are your thoughts on this?